Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues, and today I thought I would shoot an update video of kind of what's going to be going on in the channel and kind of what other things we may have coming up. I have a nice thing about doing some of these reviews and things like that is we'll shoot footage and then realize I don't like the way that is. I already shot an update video, but I got to looking back at the footage I shot and I thought, you know, I can do that better, and I was trying to do it without my trusty dry erase board to kind of keep me on task, and I was all over in that video. So just be on the camera here, I've got my dry erase board to hopefully keep me on track of the things that I want to say, because after looking at the footage I thought, oh, I forgot this, I forgot that. The first part of the video is this month being August now, as this is the first when I'm shooting this, and hopefully I get this up on the 1st. This month is my, the 18th more importantly, will be my 3-year YouTube anniversary on August 18th, and that's a Monday. And it seems like I've been doing this a lot longer, as you know, a lot of us that review things, we put up, you know, videos weekly, multiple videos, and so the little counter that you see, Rob's Rogues number 209 or 273, whatever the number happens to be, are the, you know, individual videos of things that I review. So I've done almost 300 reviews so far, and I'm just blown away by the support that I've received out there. So I want to say a big thank you to everybody. I'm going to be doing a contest as I'm looking here, making sure I wrote that right, Monday, August 18th. Not really a contest, but on Monday the 18th, I'm going to do a live Google Hangout video. In the past, I've done like a little contest type things of like, guess how many subscribers I'm going to have on the anniversary date of my, you know, YouTube, starting YouTube or whatever. That was last year. This year, I have an idea of something I'd like to kind of give away. The one thing, I'm trying to think of a second thing, it may only be just one this year, but I have an extra DC Eagle Moss Robin Damien chess piece. Stu Murray 47 gave me one. He found one in the UK. Some of the earlier pieces were kind of hard to track down, so he helped me out a lot. And then about a year later, I was at a comic book shop and bought a whole bunch of other ones, and a guy was trying to sell what last few he had, and threw in the Robin Damien piece, and he said, you know, how much for the whole lot or whatever. I said, well, I really don't need Damien, I already have it. And he said, well, this will be the only one I have left, and I just really don't want to set on one figure in my shop. So he threw that in with the other 6 figurines that I bought. So I had an extra Damien piece for the Eagle Moss Chet set. I really like it. It's one of my favorite on the board, and I thought, well, maybe at some point I'll do that as a giveaway. I have another idea, we'll see as it gets closer, but that is probably going to be the thing that I will give away if anybody is interested. It's just my way of saying thank you to people out there for watching the channel. And something I thought about doing is, in order to maybe put yourself in the running for that piece if you would like, or if you don't, you could say, you know, no, I'm not in it to win it, as it were. But on this video, for the live show, I thought I would do like a question and answer type thing. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that. Basically kind of opening the door and ask me anything you want, kind of pertaining to my channel, be it Robin, Batman, or superhero in general. You know, we can kind of go out into some Star Wars type things, or James Bond. I'm a big James Bond fan as well. So things that I generally kind of talk about on Rob's Rogues. If there's questions you want to ask, feel free. Favorite action figures, comic books, favorite color, music, you know, whatever. If you kind of want to know a little bit more about me, that's kind of a way I thought I would just do an anniversary video. I always try to think of something every year, like what can I do this year? I kind of sort of did that last year. I had a few people write me some questions, and I just kind of saved those. I think I had maybe 6. But I thought this year, being year 3, I thought this may be a way to get to know Rob's Rogues, you know, type of thing. So maybe that's a silly idea, but maybe to kind of have a live show for that day on August 18th, excuse me. And right now I'm shooting for 7:30, 8 o'clock. As we get closer, you can go to my Facebook page, and I'll post the time there, and I'll probably do a video right before the day to kind of let everybody know, hey, tomorrow at such time I'm going to do that, and I'll answer the questions there, and I will pick the winner of for the chess piece, and I might have something else. I've got to see if it arrives in time. If not, it may be a Christmas giveaway or something like that. So that was the first thing. Monday, August 18th will be my 3-year YouTube anniversary. So you can tune into that live show, and if you have questions you want to know, put them in this video response. I won't answer them here. I'll keep track of all of them, and that will be your entry into the giveaway on August 18th. Hopefully that makes sense. So you can comment on this video, hey, I like the update, really cool to see such and such, but maybe put question and then write your question there, and I'll write the questions down, write your name down, and then I'll draw out of the hat. I'll probably have my wife draw out of the hat, and we'll see who the lucky winner is. So that's the idea right now. I have 17 days to figure all of that out, but that's going to be what I'm going to do for my 3-year YouTube anniversary, and I have a couple of things, kind of some surprises that we'll have at that time. The next thing on the little whiteboard that I have is the Rogue Show. We kind of missed the month of July. We've kind of have said that it might be kind of a little bit harder in the summertime to get together and do things, just because it's the summer. We want to go out and do things, go swimming, go camping, do all those wonderful things that you do. Go to Cedar Point if you have traveled to Cedar Point. It's one of these things that becomes second nature to me. Living in Ohio, Cedar Point's only a couple hours away, so maybe you went to an amusement park or something. So we've been doing the Batman Eternal part on the Rogue Show. So missing a month, we are now almost 8 issues, almost 10, close to, behind. So I think we're still going to continue to do that. I haven't talked to the other members of the show yet. And maybe it's something that I'll take over and do personally, or maybe it's just going to be something that, as a broad stroke, we won't do each individual issue. We'll talk about the story as a whole up to a certain point. We are going to attempt to try and do one. We've kind of have talked about it with San Diego Comic-Con being on our minds most recently. There's a lot of stuff we want to talk about, and seeing the first pictures of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, I like it. I think all of us are probably right around the same thought with that, but again, we'll probably save that for the show. And then all the other figures that are coming out. So bear with us as summer goes on. I know me personally, I haven't been as active putting up videos, so I want to apologize for those that are new subscribers to the channel. I'm sorry. I'm getting the content up as quickly as I can, and today being Friday, as one of my days off, I'm just going to sit behind this camera and be filming a bunch of reviews so I can put them up nice and steady throughout the latter part of the summer. One of the other things I do want to talk about is, I've been saying this on every single update for almost a year, that I'm going to get to Maxwell's box of goodies, his Batman animated series stuff that he gave me. If you're new to the channel and didn't know, one of my good friends from Who Reviews the Reviewer, was a competition show I was in. You can see some of those video submissions for kind of like a reality YouTube show that I was a part of. After the contest was over, he found out I liked Batman and Batman animated series and Robin and all that, and sent me this wonderful box, and all the figures are still in here. I'll try to show you the best I can like this. You can go back through about a year ago. You can see me open this box up, but all of these wonderful Batman animated series figures, some of which I did have, but there are some Holy Grail type figures in here that he sent me. A Commissioner Gordon, something I've been dying for, and Alfred. Just some wonderful, wonderful pieces. And I kept saying, I'm going to review it, I'm going to review it, I'm going to review it. And a year went by. Maxwell, I am so, so sorry. I think I'm closer to probably 2 years. I feel so bad. But I am officially going to do it, and I've already filmed about 5 of them, already 5 or 6, something like that, of them already. They're on the camera right here. My goal is to do them after my 3-year YouTube anniversary, like on the 19th or something like that. So I have a nice steady stream of Batman animated series figures. So that'll be, these are going to be some wonderful additions to my Batman animated series collection, and this will force me to break them all out again, and I can show a full completed collection, almost completely completed series of animated series figures. And I know a lot of people are big Batman animated series fans like I am. That's kind of like the mark of what Batman should be. An animated comic book or whatever. I know a lot of people have a strong connection to that. So that'll be something to look forward to. Another thing that I've talked about doing is a line of action figures that I got. This guy came out in 1994, if I have that right. Yes, 1994. The Legends of the Batman series. That again went on from 94 to I think 96, maybe the end of 95, about a year and a half or so. And this was the Batman from this line, and I'll do a full review of him later. That'll be after the Batman animated series run that I do as the next type of series. And there were some really cool figures in this wave, but this, I should say wave, I almost bought every single figure in the set. But this became a series of figures that after a while I started thinking, why do I need Swashbuckling Joker and First Mate Robin, Knights of the Round Table Batman, and Cyborg Batman, and all these weird Batmen. I was still at that point of you put Batman on the top of it or Robin on the box, I'm going to buy it. I started telling myself, I don't need Cyborg Batman because there's never been a Cyborg Batman. So why am I spending money on that when I'm not buying something that's in canon, be it in a movie or a comic book or TV or whatever it is, if it's just some random, what can we do? We can put Batman in a green leotard and call him Super Kryptonite Elbow Punch Batman. Dumb, silly, but for a while I was buying stuff like that. So I stopped doing that, so that's kind of what this line is, but there's some really cool ones. One of my favorite Nightwing figures is in this line. It's kind of in between the disco collar Nightwing and the, I guess what people would feel more as the traditional Nightwing, where he's in his black suit with the blue tight bird. This is kind of right before that. We had the yellow stripe going across the chest. So there, he was in there. Two Azrael figures, Asbat figures are in that line. So it's an interesting line, but there are some wackadoodle figures in there, and you will see all those in the collection. Thought I would dig back into a toy box, and that's going to be coming up in another segment, just something behind me we'll get to in a second. So those are a couple things to take a look at, plus other figures that will be coming in. Some of the new Batman animated series 6-inch figures, I'm going to get some of those. Generally I'm going to get probably just the Robins of the set, maybe a Batman. I already have almost a whole collection of Batman animated series figures to do a whole nother line. I'm trying to tell myself I'm not going to, but I have a feeling maybe I might get a few of those. Christmas and birthday aren't that far away, so I can't believe I said the word Christmas. Sorry everybody. So those things are coming out, plus the Capullo Series 2 and 3 will be coming out before long. The next line, I don't know what the official line is from DC Collectibles, if it's called the Justice League line, or would be basically, if I get off camera here, here are the side boxes that I cut out from these. Just the standard New 52 figures. There's Kid Flash, Deathstroke's, and the ones you've already seen me review. Just cut out the side of the box, so I like the art. So I have coming from there Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, and the Outlaws, all of those figures. So you'll have those to look forward to on Rob's Rogues when they eventually get released. And then some other things that I have, I can show you here. I have another Lego set. My wife and I are actually both going to put this together. So I might have the audio track, may have her do an audio track with me on it. I'm always trying to con her into hopping on and doing some things. She doesn't want to be on camera, but she's like, oh, I'll lend my voice or my hands to something. So this is the Dragster set from the Batman Lego line that has a New 52 Batman, and then the Riddler, and then the Flash in this set. So this will be another one. It'll be a little bit later down the line, but I'll do it rather sooner than later. Some other figures that I have had forever. I bought this one at Christmas time last year, the 1966 Catwoman figure. Probably one of my first crushes, Julie Newmar. Anyway, she was in a stack of figures that I've been meaning to review, and then I think I put blanket or coats on stuff, and then once I got them removed, I realized, oh crap, there's where those figures were. So I got a stack of figures. A Batman Arkham City figure that I bought late spring. This is a Deadshot. I paid $4.99, $5 for this guy at a local comic book shop that was just sitting on this guy forever. And I probably could have talked to him lower than $4, $5, but I thought, hey, $5 for a figure that was originally priced at $19.99, I'll take it. Plus just a few other things, and one of the things that you'll be seeing in the next video is going to be my Vinyl Pop Robin Teen Titans Go little figurine. It'll be a rather short video on this guy just because the Vinyl Pop figures don't do a whole lot, but again, this is something I'll be reviewing in the very next video. That if you watch them chronologically, it'll be the next video. So that is all the information that I just spit out there really fast. Again, my 3-year YouTube anniversary is August 18th, so you can tune in for that live show, and I'll probably put up another update video as we get closer to say, hey, don't forget about that. Your questions for that show, put in this video, and then maybe the follow-up update that'll happen right before the show, you can include them in there, but at least I'll keep the questions all condensed into 1 or 2 videos so I don't have to scour, you know, my channel for all the questions. So the other thing I want to do is, this is an idea I had in our Rogue Show little chat room that Anthony, Stu, Olivia, and Jason and myself have, that we talk daily, like, hey, this is what I got, or this is what I'm thinking about doing on the channel. I mentioned this to Stu, like, is this a dumb idea? I don't know if there are other collectors like me that sometimes I have so much stuff that I keep things in totes or boxes, and sometimes I think I've got so much stuff in totes I don't even remember what I have. So this is going to be a new segment. If this is a total idea, I'm going to do it in this video here, then maybe on its own, called What's in the Tote? And there are some stuff like I kind of know right off to the side back here is a purple tote that I'll reposition the camera in just a second, of going, I wonder what's in this tote. I think I kind of know some things that are in there, but there was a time frame before I got married that I lived with a couple different roommates, and one roommate would go off to college, or one would get married, or, you know, do whatever. So I moved from place to place to place to place when I was single, and some of my stuff I just put in a tote and moved to the next place. And after a while, sometimes when you move so much, you don't take things out of your totes because you're like, I'm going to move again in a year because I know this knucklehead's going to leave and going to do something else. I'm going to, you know, be roommateless again. I'm going to move again because I got a place for 2. Does it happen to anybody else with me? But anyway, so there's some stuff from time to time that I would put in these totes, and I would go, do I have that figure, or do I have that thing? I don't remember. So I brought this idea up to Stu, like, would this be okay to show here, to like, here's some stuff that I have that I don't remember what's in here. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to be reviewing it on the channel. If you see something in here, like, hey Rob, that seems pretty cool, why don't you review that? Maybe I will. So this is a new segment that I'm going to have on the channel called What's in the Tote? So let me reposition the camera and we will see what's in the tote. We'll be right back. Hold on. Welcome to What's in the Tote. Now, I have peeked in here from time to time just to kind of see, oh, what's in here, and I think, oh, such and such is in here, or whatever. But I have not been all the way to the bottom of this tote in a very, very long time, so I know the couple things that are on the top of them. These are all figures that are still in their original packaging. I don't know why I never took them out or why I ever did something with it. I think it was something like, oh, I'll open this up later, and this was at a time where YouTube wasn't around, so there was no way to, you know, review these things, so I guess I was waiting for now. The intention isn't maybe to review this stuff, as more is to, hey, here's some of stuff that I collect or collected, and maybe I can get into the hows and whys. So if you're like, I don't know what questions to ask you that you want on for the anniversary show, maybe it's like, well, why did you buy this thing, or why this or that? So let's get into this. There are some things I know that are in here, and there's some other stuff that I'm probably completely going to forget. And if you think this is a dumb idea, then maybe I won't do another one. But I do have a few other totes. I do have a Star Wars tote that I know is completely chock full of Star Wars action figures. So if you want to see every single figure in one of those totes, I can do that. Anyway, we'll get right into it, and let's see episode number 1 of What's in the Tote. Alright, yes, I am a big Kiss fan. Kiss is one of my favorite bands. So this is from the McFarlane toy line. There's Gene Simmons when the Psycho Circus album came out. there's another line of action figures right now. I'd like to get Eric Singer, who is the current drummer in Kiss, wearing the Catman makeup if you're a Kiss fan. So I do have Kiss action figures. Now I have these already. I bought a set to keep in package and a set out of package. So I have the whole set in here, I believe. So here's, it says Peter Criss. He's no longer in the band. It's now Eric Singer wearing this makeup. So it's Peter Criss and Gene Simmons. So you will see probably some other Kiss figures. I knew this was the Kiss box. So there are those figures. So bear with me as I go through this. Lost in Space. A Danger Will Robinson. I had a crush, probably still have a little bit of a crush on Heather Graham, who was in Lost in Space and Austin Powers and all those other things. And KB Toys, if anybody remembers KB Toys, I got this when the toy store was going out of business. I think I got this for $2. So I don't know what I intended to do with it. I knew there was a time where people were saying girl action figures are always so hard to come by. So kind of like, well, when you see them, pick them up because girl action figures are going to be worth so much. I don't know how much anything like this is worth, but here's one of them. I think another one of the Kiss figures. Let's see. There is Ace Frehley. So all we're missing is Paul. He's probably somewhere down in here. So there's another one. Speaking of Heather Graham again, here is the Austin Powers. Felicity Shagswell. I bet she shags like a minx. So this was one that a friend of mine gave me, and kind of knew back then I had a thing for her. So I don't remember why he picked it up, but I thought about using her as just in a diorama or something like that, just to have a girl somewhere with my action figures. Don't know really what I'm going to do with her, but I'm trying to think. McFarlane Toys again. So there's some for you. Tomb Raider. I'm a big Tomb Raider fan, as a plastic band goes here. So I do have a few Tomb Raider figures in here, I believe, now if I remember correctly. Got this at KB Toys. Don't remember how much it was, but it's from Toy Biz. So there's a lawnmower, and it's gone. So I have not seen this in a long time. Big Tomb Raider fan. One of these video games that I thought, I initially bought it because, ooh, there's a hot chick on it. But I was so enthralled with the whole Tomb Raider video game series that I can't wait for the next Tomb Raider to come out. So I've played every version of every Tomb Raider game that there is. So there you go. There's a Tomb Raider figure for you. You could probably see some stuff in here. Spawn. When the Spawn movie came out, I didn't really know much about Spawn at all. I really haven't ever done anything with it. I'm not really a Spawn fan, but for whatever reason, I thought the Spawn movie was going to be something big, and it was, okay. But the accessories are one of the big things that I want to use the Spawn figure for, because I could give these to some of my other action figures. I thought this would be cool to use for a Tim Drake Robin custom, the bandoliers. Here, paint them yellow, maybe. It might kind of work. So this is one that I knew was in here, but I really didn't know what I was going to do with it. So just something that I have. Let's see what else in here. You can probably see more. Here is the last member of Kiss, Paul Stanley. So there's all of the Psycho Circus Tour Edition. You'll probably see some other Psycho Circus stuff in here. But there's Paul. Those are going to totally fall. Apologize, I'm running out of room to put stuff down. I do have another set of action figures from Kiss. Again, a big Kiss fan. These are the regular standard Kiss action figures, and I have all 4 of them, and I do have duplicates of these out of package. This one was interesting, if I can set this down. 2 versions of the Peter Criss that I bought because of the cape or the cloak. This one is more cloth. This was 2nd generation, and this was the 1st generation of it. So different kind of cloth capes. I liked this one a little bit better, and this is what prompted me to buy the whole set. And the boxes have kind of seen a little bit better days. They're kind of warped here. So, but still, I have them. Big Kiss fan. Here is the Paul Stanley from the, same line. A couple other things. There's Felicity. Actually, do I have 2 of these? I think that I do, because I think I took that out. I have 2 of her. I think there's 1. There's 2. I had no idea. I bought this. My friend Chad gave me this one because I remember it was really beat up, and I bought this one. So I think what I thought was, well, since women action figures are hard to come by, I'll keep this one nice, mint, and packaged, and it's still really, really nice. Is it going to be worth anything? Probably not. But I thought I'll take this one out, and I'll enjoy this figure, as creepy as that might sound, and I'll keep this one in package. Wow, I did not know I had that. Surprise, surprise. I'll save this one for last. And one more here. Another Tomb Raider. This is more in the 6-inch style here, and it comes with a couple cool pieces. You kind of see the other ones, they get like a little diorama base going in here. So you see Wetsuit Lara Croft. This is like right from Tomb Raider 2, I believe, is when these figures came out. So we have Area 51. I remember playing this game very, very much. And I believe this is Tomb Raider 3 that's going on here. Yep, Tomb Raider 3. This is from the Tomb Raider 1 set. So this is a really nice figure, and I believe this is made from Playmates is what made this one here. So big, nice little diorama piece that I could use for Wonder Woman. Might be nice with a kind of a Greek type base, or Lara Croft herself. So there is something. And last but not least, I am an Ohio State fan, and I bought the Eddie George Heisman Trophy edition of the starting lineup figures. If anybody's a sports collector remembers these, I don't even remember when I bought this or how much it was, but it came in this clamshell box. And I don't know if it's something I thought was going to be worth something someday. He is now long since retired from the NFL, but being a Ohio State fan, this might be something that might be nice in anybody's Ohio State collection. I'm not a big sports guy as I used to be much anymore. I'm kind of over the whole sports type thing, so maybe there's an Ohio State fan out there that would really enjoy having this, being that it's Eddie George. Heisman Trophy winner for Ohio State. So that was my look at, hey, what's in the tote? This again might be a totally dumb idea, or somebody may be going, wow, a lot of KISS stuff. I have some other totes that have a lot of Star Wars stuff in them, a lot of Star Trek stuff, James Bond. I've got enough of these totes to do a nice little series on. So if you like this idea, let me know, and in another future installment, we'll do another episode of Hey, What's in the Tote? Thanks for watching Rob's Rogues. It really means a lot that I'm getting close to the 800 subscriber mark, so thank you very, very much. I've been doing this almost 3 years now. We're this close to 3 years. So if you have any questions that you would like me to answer, and the door is mostly wide open. I'm not going to get into too much personal stuff like, hey, what's your street address? Not going to do anything like that, but just questions you might like, hey, what do you think about this, or what so-and-so. I will tackle those on the live show. So put the comments down below, and let me know what you think about this tote idea. Do you want to see another edition of Hey, What's in the Tote? Let me know. Thanks, guys. We will see you in the next video, and like you've already seen, the Vinyl Pop Robin from Teen Titans Go will be the next figure. We'll see you guys. Bye. Now I got to put all the stuff back in.